Okay, so hello everyone, this is Akshay here, and let's continue our today's GFG POTD streak. And today's question name is Shuffle Integers. Before proceeding ahead, yeah, so this question is actually a good question. If you have read this question, you would have soon realized it कि ये बहुत ही अच्छा question है, ठीक है? तो I will also take my time. इसमें टाइम लगेगा एक्सप्लेन करने में बिकॉज देयर बी सेवरल थिंग्स विच वुड बी न्यू टू यू और इसे सोचना काफ़ी मुश्किल होगा अगर आप पहली बार इस क्वेश्चन को पहली बार देख रहे हो, राइट? सो आई ट्राई टू कंप्लीट दिस वीडियो or I'll try to speak in both the languages in English and Hindi as and so whenever required, right? ठीक है, तो अब कंटिन्यू करते हैं. तो क्वेश्चन क्या है यार, पहले क्वेश्चन समझते हैं और फिर देखते हैं कि हम इसके साथ क्या कर सकते हैं. इन्होंने कहा है कि यू हैव बिन गिवन एन एरे, ठीक है? तो एरे हम सेकंड वाला टेस्ट केस लेते हैं. सो यू हैव 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, right? So they are saying that your array is given in this design a1 a2 a3 a4 till a of n by 2. This n by 2 is nothing but this is the term 1, this is your term 2, and this is your term n by 2. And similarly the rest of the half of the integers are placed with b1 b2 b3 and till b of n by 2. तो इनका कहना है यार कि ये a1 है, ये a2 है, ये a3 है, because n is equals to 6, right? So 6 by 2 is nothing but 3. So here your a series stop, and now your b1 start, b1 b2 and b3, right? Now what they need in output is they want to rearrange your array in a1 b1 a2 b2 and a3 b3. They want to make a pair of the a and the b. So they want first the a1, so 1, and then b1, so 4. Then they want a2, so it's 2. Then they want b2, 5. Then a3, that is 3, and then b3, that is 6, right? And the uh, and they have made this question complex by saying that you need to do in O of 1, right? अगर एक क्वेश्चन हमें स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी O of n में करना होता, राइट? तो हम क्या करते हैं यार, हम एक एरे बना लेते हैं ऑफ, हम दो टेम्प एरे बना लेते हैं, एक ए सीरीज का एरे बना लेते हैं, एंड देन वी हैव मेड एन एरे फॉर बी सीरीज, राइट? एंड सिमिलरली जो हमारा जो गिवन एरे है हम उसमें वैल्यूज अपडेट कर देते हैं, a1 रख देते हैं यहाँ पे, देन द नेक्स्ट वैल्यू यहाँ से उठा लेते हैं b1, देन अगेन a2 उठा लेते हैं, एंड देन फ्रॉम हियर वी गॉट द b2, राइट? तो ये जो मेथड है, लेट्स से ब्रूट फोर्स, इसको डाल लो आप, इसको ब्रूट फोर्स समझ लो, एंड द टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी वुड बी O of n and space complexity would be as O of n, right? But the trick here is, or let's say the complex part is, we do not need to do in this O of n. The question says you do in O of n, and that's where these things become difficult, right? So ठीक है, अगर आप सोचो, so need, what is the need? So first of all, how do we solve the question here? हम देखते हैं हमें करना क्या है. हमें input और output, or let's say when we are going from input to output, so what is the need? तो ये नीड क्या आता है कि अगर हमें पता चल जाए कि व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू, तो डेफिनेटली हम उसी तरह कुछ कोड में मैनिपुलेशन कर लेते हैं. तो हम पहले नीड डिफाइन करते हैं. तो ठीक है, देखो मैं अब कुछ बातें बोलूँगा, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड एवरीथिंग विल बी मेकिंग सेंस इन द कमिंग वीडियो, राइट? तो मैं क्या कहता हूँ यार, देखो नीड क्या है हमारे पास. मैं कोई एक्स्ट्रा एरे यूज़ नहीं कर सकता, आई कैन नॉट यूज़ एन एक्स्ट्रा एरे, राइट? और मैं ये भी चाहता हूँ कि a1 b1 की वैल्यू हो, एंड देन a2 b2 एंड देन a3 b3, राइट? तो नीड ये है कि किसी एक स्पेस पे आई नीड टू स्टोर बोथ द वैल्यूज, राइट? जैसे मैं जो b1 है, अगर मैं किसी तरह इस जगह पे मैं a1 और b1 दोनों स्टोर कर पाया, राइट? एंड सिमिलरली एट b2 अगर मैं a2 और b2 दोनों स्टोर कर पाया, लेट्स से कुछ मैनिपुलेशन किया हमने और वो स्टोर कर पाया मैं. सिमिलरली एट दिस इंडेक्स ऑफ, लेट्स से द इंडेक्स इज 0 1 2 3 4 5, at this index 5, let's say we have something as such a number जिसमें हम a3 और b3 भी स्टोर कर सके, राइट? अगर हम ये कर सके तो हमारा काम बहुत सिंपल हो जाएगा यार, राइट? हम यहाँ से अपना फॉर लूप स्टार्ट करेंगे, where we will start from I equals to n by 2 to I less than n, right? So my for loop will be like for I equals to n by 2 till I less than n and I plus plus, right? और यहाँ पे मेरे पास दोनों वैल्यू प्रेजेंट है a1, राइट? मैं एक और पॉइंटर मेंटेन कर लूँगा k equals to 0, राइट? एंड आई विल जस्ट से दैट इस a1 को k पे डाल दो, एंड देन इस b1 को k plus 1 पे डाल दो, एंड देन अपडेट योर k एज k इक्वल्स टू k plus 2, राइट? आई होप आपको ये बातें समझ में आ गई हो अभी तक कि हम अगर ये हमें करना ही पड़ेगा, हमें पास एक कोई ऐसा प्रिविलेज होना चाहिए कि फॉर ईच कोई एक इंडेक्स पे, लेट्स से फॉर दिस इंडेक्स b1 आई हैव द प्रिविलेज टू स्टोर बोथ ऑफ द वैल्यूज, द a1 एंड b1. तभी मैं सेट कर पाऊंगा वैल्यूज को ऑन इट्स पर्टिकुलर indexes to get my particular answer, right? ठीक है यार. सो ओके. तो इससे पहले So before I move on, there are some prerequisites of Bitwise. I need you to get aware of that. So let me just explain you what is left shift and right shift operator. Left shift क्या होता है यार कि let's say you have a number given 1 and you need to do left shift with 3. Now why it is left shift? Because you can clearly see the direction here is of this symbol is towards the left hand side, right? ठीक है. So left shift means that you need to multiply. What do you need to multiply? The number given with the 2 power, the second parameter given 3, that is 1 into 2 power 3, and you have 8. So this would be your 1 left shift 3 would be this binary representation, which is in the decimal value as 8. Okay. Now the right shift is again, if you have, let's say, a given value 8 here in decimal representation and binary as 1000, and I want to do a right shift by 2. So this is as good as to say the number given is divided by 2 power the second parameter, that is 2 itself is here, right? So 8 divided by 4 will give you 2, right? And binary representation of 2 is nothing but 1 0, and that is your answer. ठीक है. So this is the logical part, but for the beginners, like जो इसको remember नहीं कर पाते, like the first time when I studied, मेरे को दिक्कत हुई थी ये चीज़ मैं दिमाग में रखाई, राइट? तो मैंने एक ट्रिक देखा था यार, आप ये जो बाइनरी नंबर्स हैं ना, आप इसको एक डेसिमल नंबर की तरह करो. आप जैसे 23 को लिख सकते हो ना, 23 पॉइंट इन्फिनिट टाइम्स हो, आप लिख सकते हो, एक ही बात है. तो ट्रिक है, बस ट्रिक है, राइट? तो कंसिडर द गिवन नंबर एज अ decimal number and do 1 point infinite times 0. When the question says you do a left shift by 3, then the direction is which side? In the left word. So you just draw an arrow in the opposite direction and just keep on counting 3 times. So 1 time, 2 time, and 3 time, until here this will be your answer. Similarly for the right shift operator, right? So the right shift, so make a pointer to the left hand side, again write the given values in the decimal form, that is 1000 infinite times, so right? And what is saying? 2 times, right? So I will go from this decimal position, I'll go 2 times in the right hand side, in the left hand side if it is given the right shift, and then whatever remaining will be your answer. This is specifically a trick, yeah, ठीक है? तो ठीक है, ये trick था. So I think we are now aware with the left shift and right shift operator, ठीक है? Now the second part is कि ये जो नंबर है, ये जो B1 पे मैं एक ऐसा नंबर स्टोर करना चाहता हूँ जिसमें A1 और B1 दोनों हो, सच अ नंबर. तो मैं इधर, let me write it here. Let me erase the below part first of all. ठीक है यार, अब तो ध्यान से सुनना, ठीक है? Please listen carefully. So I need such a number, right? Where I can store both AI and its corresponding BI, ठीक है? And on this such a number, I will do one operation, let's say operation 1, and I'll get my AI. And if I do let's say another operation 2, right, I'll get my BI. So this is your need, right? And why is this our need? I have explained you. If you're not understanding that why we are coming to this particular step, please pause this video here, go back now and listen again, right? ठीक है. So now how we can form this such a number जहाँ पे हम दोनों AI and BI access कर सके? How we can do that, right? Now think. So let us go back to the constraint again. Constraint here. If you see array of I, the maximum value is 10 power 3, right? So 10 power 3 means that you have 3 zeros, right? Can you get a power of 2 just would be greater than 1000? I can say 2 power 10 is 1024, right? So I just wanted a number in terms of power of 2 which is just greater than 1000, right? So it is 2 power 10, right? So can I say that every number present in this array can be represented in 10 bits? 10 bits, I can say that. So that is your point number 2, ठीक है? Now I want such a number where if I do operation 1, operation 2, AI and BI, I can access it, right? So I'll do one such operation. तो मैं क्या करूँगा यार, आप theoretically भी समझो. Let's say you have BI here, right? BI is nothing but let's say I'm talking about A3 and B3, and A3 is nothing but 3 and B3 is nothing but 6, right? So you have BI. Now अब इसी नंबर में मैं AI भी स्टोर करना चाहता हूँ, right? And AI, how much space a particular integer needs in this, or let's say what is the maximum space the number needs in this array is 10 bits, right? So what I will do is that I will make a 10-bit space here. bi के बाद there will be 10-bit space that is pointing to 0, और मैं इस 10-bit space में ai को स्टोर कर लूंगा मैं. I have मैंने कुछ ऐसा किया यार कि स्टोर हो गया, राइट? वो कैसे किया, that will be our next step. So let us just understand that how we can do this. Let us go to the basics of the need, and then we can proceed ahead with how we can do that, right? So this number, if we have formed this number where the initial set of bits is pointing to bi, and then I know that the maximum bit required to store a number is 10 bits, right? So I'll make a 10-bit space and I will store the ai in it. Correct? Now this is your such a number which I was talking about, right? Now I need to do two operations with it. So one operation of op1 will give you the ai and op2 will give you your bi. One such operation I can think of is that if I place 10 ones here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, if I place 10 ones here and rest of things as 0, right? And if I do an AND operator, right, then what do you think it would be, the what do you think the answer would be here? I am saying it would be ai. Now why I'm saying it, see, तो एक example समझते हैं. Let's say you have some particular bunch of what to say, हमारे पास कोई भी रैंडम बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, लेट्स से 1010, राइट? अगर मैं इन सबको 1 से एंड कर दूं, राइट, तो क्या होगा? 0 1 0 1. नाउ इफ यू सी, इफ आई एम डूइंग एंड विथ all the bits as 1, तो हमारे पास आंसर में सेम वैल्यू रिफ्रेन होके आई है, राइट? और अगर मैं किसी इंटीजर को 0 से एंड करूं, राइट, अगर मैं लेट्स से किसी बंच ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन को मैं 0 से एंड करूं, देन डेफिनेटली आई विल गेट 0, क्योंकि एक वैल्यू 0 है तो ऊपर दूसरी बिट कैसी भी आए, डू नॉट केयर, द आंसर, फाइनल आंसर वुड बी 0. So that is why I am saying that I will place 10 ones so that I can retrieve the AI part, and I'm placing the zeros for all the BI parts so that I can receive 0, right? I hope that is clear यार. मैं इससे ज़्यादा अच्छे से नहीं, I cannot explain you in a इससे ज़्यादा नहीं समझा सकता, right? So this would be your first operation जिससे मैं AI को निकाल सकता हूँ. Now the second thing, तो हमारे पास क्या था यार? हमारे पास था BI, then we have bunch of 10 bits, right? जिसमें हमने AI को स्टोर कर रखा था. करेक्ट? जिसमें हमने AI को स्टोर कर रखा था. ठीक है. Now what is the second operation I can do here is okay. ठीक है यार. अब मैं चाहता हूँ कोई ऑपरेशन में, मेरे पास AI मिल गई, अब मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं किसी चीज़ के साथ कोई ऑपरेशन करूँ किसी पर्टिकुलर नंबर के साथ, राइट, और मेरा रिजल्टेंट जो है वो BI हो, तो हमारा काम हो जाएगा. देन आवर वर्क वुड बी डन. आई वॉन्ट सच अ नंबर जिससे इस पर्टिकुलर नंबर को इफ आई डू समथिंग एंड द आंसर शुड बी आई. ठीक है, तो कैसे कर सकते हैं? प्लीज पॉज दिस वीडियो, ट्राई टू थिंक बाय योरसेल्फ. इट इज वेरी इंट्यूटिव, आप सोच पाओगे, राइट? चलो, तो आई थिंक यू आर एबल टू, एंड इफ नॉट लेट अस कंटिन्यू द वीडियो. तो देखो यार, हमने क्या किया था. व्हेन आई वाज सेइंग कि BI वी हैव गिवन 10 बिट स्पेस एंड वी हैव स्टोर्ड द AI, राइट? Now I want to remove this particular all things so that I can retrieve the exact BI, right? तो जब ये 10 बिट स्पेस दिया था यार, देखो 10 बिट स्पेस कैसे दे रहे थे हम. BI को अगर हम कह दें कि you go left shift with 10, तो क्या हो जाएगा? BI into 2 की पावर 10, राइट? इसके पास क्या हो जाएगा कि BI and then you have 10 zeros, right? 0 0 0 10 times, करेक्ट? तो अगर मैं अब इसी चीज़ को बोल दूं, अब इस सेम चीज़ को अगर मैं बोल दूं कि यू डू अ राइट शिफ्ट ऑपरेटर बाय 10, देन व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट्स गोना हैपन? व्हाट डू आई एक्सप्लेन यू इन द प्रीरेक्विजिट? प्लीज रिमेंबर दैट माइंड. मैंने फालतू में नहीं समझाया था आपको, इसका यूज़ है यहाँ पे, राइट? तो अगर मैं इस पर्टिकुलर चीज़ को मैं 10 बिट से राइट शिफ्ट कर दूँ, इफ आई डू राइट शिफ्ट विद 10 बिट्स ऑन दिस सच पर्टिकुलर नंबर, व्हाट डू थिंक आई विल गेट BI, राइट? सो आई विल डू राइट शिफ्ट विथ 10 बिट्स, राइट? तो मेरे पास BI मिल जाएगा. ठीक है यार. सो दैट वॉज द इंटायर थिंग आई वॉन्टेड टू एक्सप्लेन in order to solve this question, right? So that's the whole thing, and let me just minimize it so that you can see everything in one screen. Yes. Okay, so that is it यार. अब अगर आपको, if anyone is not able to understand that how this question is done, please pause this video again here now. Try to understand till this point, that is 14 minutes, and then we will proceed with the code. Now, Some other things I need to point out, that 10 times 10 is what? So I know that 2 times 2 power of 10 is nothing but 1024, right? And this can be represented as 1, 10 times 0, 10 times 0. So if I do a minus 1 here, then I will definitely get 1023, right? Which is nothing but 10 times 1, right? So this value here which I have written here is nothing but, it is nothing but 1023. ठीक है यार, ठीक है. So what we need to do again, let us do a dry run. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, right? So this is your A1, this is your A2, this is your A3, this is B1, this is B2, and this is your B3. So I need to store here the A1 part, and I need to store here the B1 part, and similarly for 5 and 6, right? Okay. So let me show you the code now, and then we can do the dry run and we can understand it further. Again, I have explained you each and everything. Now it is highly encouraged, guys, would highly encourage you that please pause this video here, try to code this approach by yourself, and it is possible. That is why I'm saying try to code it by yourself. Okay, so that is the code, everyone. So let us do a dry run for this code as well. So massive, I will give you, or I will explain the iteration for just one value, and rest is up to you to do a dry run, right? So I will explain you that how at this particular index, I can access the both A3 and B3. And A3 is nothing but here as 3, and B3 is nothing but 6, right? So I will just show you this thing. Okay, so as you can see, the for loop is starting from this point, n minus 1 going to n by 2 till the middle of our given array list, right? So what I was saying, that I will take the element first of all, that is the given element is 6, right? And this is nothing but our B3, and I will add a 10 bit space in which I want to store. I'll add a 10 bit space. So सबसे पहले मेरे को 10 times 0 add करने दो. So it is 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Yes. So that's the first step here. Now the second step is doing, I want to store in this 10 bit space the AI. Now why 10 bit space? Because the constraint was 1023. अगर वो higher होता तो हम उसके हिसाब से यार 32 bits या 64 bits जिसकी भी जरूरत होती है हम ले लेते, right? Okay. So now I want to store the AI. ठीक है? So what is thing I have to do? I will now perform an OR operator, right? OR operator with this element, that is A3. I will perform OR operator with A3. A3 is nothing but 3. I will perform OR operator here, and rest of everything would be 0, which is not defined here, right? So what is the resultant now? So you will have 6 in the binary representation will be written as 110, and then in this 10 space digits you have 1 and 1, and rest everything would be 0, right? 8 zeros you will have. Okay, so this is your such number which I was saying. I need to form such a number which I can access AI and BI, right? Now I'll be doing OP1, right? So similarly like this in everything for this B3, and similarly for at this index, the values to be stored would be 2 and A2 and B2. B2 is nothing but 5, and similarly here the value stored would be A1, that is 1, and B1 is nothing but 4, right? So I'm just showing you for the last index, and then you have to run for rest of the cases. Okay. Now let's getting back to this for loop. So what I'm doing is that I'm starting from I equals to n by 2. I'm starting it from here, right? So what will happen? That I'm saying array of k is 0. So this one would be getting at this place, and this 4 would be getting at this place, right? A1 and B1 would be placed. Similarly, this 2 would get here, and this 5 would get here, A2 and B2. Similarly, this 3 would be pointed to this position, and this 6 would be pointed to this position, that is A3 and B3, right? So for this for loop, I'm iterating for I equals to n minus 1, right? For the last iteration I'm showing you. Yeah. So what will happen, that I'm checking that I'm doing the first operator is as I'm writing 10 times 1. So it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. And what I'm doing an AND operator. So what will happen? So and for the rest of these 3 bits I'll get 0. So what will happen for this BI definitely would be pointing to 0, and for this 10 times 1 it would be giving me the exact AI bits, and rest everything would be 0 here, right? So what is this? It is nothing but AI, right? and that is I'm placing at the k index. So k is nothing but pointing to for I equals to n minus 1, k would be pointing to this one, 0 1 2 3 4. It would be pointing to this fourth index. Similarly, in this one, uh, in this particular number, if I do an operation of shifting it, right shifting it 10 times, then what I will get? The bi, and bi is nothing but this particular number, correct? And that's what I'm placing in the next index. So here it would be placed here, right? So that is it. Yeah, I hope I was able to give you the exact intuitive approach that how to think in a particular direction to solve this question. Now let us go ahead with the code. So that's the same code we have done in the dry run and on in the open board as well, right? So yeah, so that's there goes our summation. What is the time and space complexity? We are running a for loop n by 2 times, and then we are again running a for loop n by 2 times. So the time complexity would be O of n by 2. Ignoring the constant, it would be O of uh, ignoring the constant, the time complexity would be O of n, right? And the space complexity would be nothing but, so we are using every time bitwise operator. So every bitwise operator it takes O of 1 constant time. So again the time complexity would be O of 1, and this is an in place algorithm. So we have done the changes in the given array. So that is why it's an it's an in place. Great. So yeah, so the same code we can see in Java as well, but again the same code in Java won't work correct. So in Java, so that's the code, and again the test case has been passed successfully. So sometimes I said it works correct, but sometimes you could have gotten the TLE, right? Because there is many things involved in Java. There is the JVM and then compiler and then much more as compared to C++. So that is why I say that C++ is faster than Java, right? Great. So I think some of you may get TLE, but again, we are on the correct logic part. So yeah, you can clearly see the submission has been passed successfully for both C++ and Java. So yes, so that is it for today's video. And what else? What else? So again, regarding the other DSA insights, so I had a session with my juniors, so you can go through it. There were many relevant questions asked, that how to start with DSA, what should we do first, DSA or development, and should we pursue DSA after job also. So those are the questions being answered. So you can go through that as well. And yes, let us meet again in the tomorrow's GFG Purity Streak. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye, and take care, guys. Okay.